Hello students, good morning. Students, in previous lecture we were study about the kingdom Monera. Students, as you all of you know that kingdom Monera is divided into two groups. The first one is the Archaea bacteria and second one is the Eubacteria. And we were study about the Archaea bacteria in previous lecture. So now in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the Eubacteria. So students, first of all we are going to know what is the means of Eubacteria. Students, as the term Eu is derived from the Greek word Eu, that means good or well. What? Good or well. And bacteria. So this group includes the well-developed type of bacteria, or you can say that the modern types of bacteria. All the modern types of bacteria which are recently originate on our earth, that are included under this group, that is called Eubacteria. So students, about Eubacteria, the cell wall of the Eubacteria is made up of cellulose and a polysaccharide called peptidoglycan. What students? Peptidoglycan. This is a kind of peptide, or you can say that lipid like substance that are present inside the cell wall of the bacterial cell. So students, beside these, Eubacteria are prokaryotic, unicellular, and they have the conical or filamentous shaped structure, and they are also varieties of shape, sizes and structure. Some are spherical, some are spiral, some are elongated. Like structures are present in Eubacteria. Students, on the basis of the nature of mode of nutrition in Eubacteria are further classified into three classes. What are they? The photosynthetic bacteria, second one is the chemosynthetic bacteria, and the third one is the heterotrophic bacteria. This classification is given on the basis of mode of nutrition, as you all of you very clearly understand. So before going to start about these bacteria, first of all we are going to discuss a typical structure of a Eubacteria, or you can say that the bacteria are prokaryotic in structure. So here is a typical structure of a bacterial cell. This is the outer and inner wall or membrane of the bacterial cell. This is called cell wall. Here we will discuss about cell wall. What? Cell wall is made up of cellulose plus peptidoglycan. What is peptidoglycan? Peptidoglycan is a cellulose plus peptidoglycan. Makes cell wall. Okay students, and in Archaea bacteria we discuss the absence of or cell wall like of any kind of polysaccharide or muramic acid. Okay, so here this cell wall is very rigid and provides a particular shape, size and structure. Next to the cell wall, this is the innermost membrane, that is called plasma membrane, cell membrane, cytoplasmic membrane or unit membrane by the various names. as per their function. Students, in prokaryotic cell, the innermost membrane, it means plasma membrane, forms, or you can say that bears the finger-like projected structures in one or more regions. These finger-like projected structures are called mesosomes. What? Mesosomes. What are mesosomes? I hope you all of you very well known about mesosome. Yes, students, mesosome is just like the mitochondria inside the eukaryotic cell. Okay? What is the function of mitochondria? Yes, students, it performs the main function of oxidation of food and helps in the formation of ATP, the bioenergy point, that is utilized, or you can say that is spent for performing various kind of physical and all kind of metabolic process inside the cell. So here there is lack of mitochondria, but the work of mitochondria is performed by this cellular structure that is called mesosome. Students, the bacterial cell contain following cell organelles. If we are going to discuss nucleoid, its nucleoid is circular in structure. The circular DNA consists of circular DNA. Besides this, some of the cells also possess plasmid, a primordial structure of the nucleus, which is a very unique feature of these monerans, or you can say that bacteria. Next, students, 70th type of ribosome particles are present in the bacterial cell, mesosome, microfilaments, microtubuli, and inclusions body. Beside these, there is one or more flagellated structure is present at their surfaces that helps in performing the function of movement and locomotion. And students, you all of you here visualize many of the minute thread-like structures. These minute thread-like structures are embryonic. They are also helpful in the capturing of the food as well as perform the process of movement or locomotion. And next to the circular DNA or nucleoid, the next structure what you appears or what you visualize here, these are the inclusion bodies. What are inclusion bodies? Students, all the stored substances like carbohydrate, fat, lipid, glycogen, all of them are collectively called inclusion bodies. These inclusion bodies on oxidation provides energy. So, and these the blue dotted structures which I try to visualize you all of you, that all are shows the protoplasm, or you can say that cytoplasm. Either cell membrane is absent in prokaryotic cell, so the cytoplasm and nuclear plasm both are mixed together. That's why we can call here the protoplasm. Next to the protoplasm, the next structure, one or more than one structures are also present in the bacterial cell, or some specific type of bacteria that also helps in performing the sexual reproduction. That structure are called villi. Yes, student, villi are the sex organ of the bacteria. During conjugation, they forms the bridge between two or more bacteria and transfer their gametes, or you can say that nuclear bodies, which fuse to form a zygote, and that after formation of or fusion of gamete cells, helps in the birth of new individual bacteria. So students, here the villi are the sex organ of the bacteria. It is only found in such type of bacteria which can perform the sexual mode of reproduction. Okay, and all other the bacteria are mostly bacteria shows the asexual mode of reproduction. So now students, this is the 70th ribosome. The ribosome particles which are found in bacterial cell are of 70th type, and ribosomes, as all of you know that, are generally called protein factory of the cell because it helps in formation of various types of proteins inside the cell. Next, that is the microtubule. It helps in performing the storage of the substances, and many number of microtubules are present inside each cell. Polysomes, many of the ribosome particles get attached on any microfilamentous structure or microtubule. These structures called polysomes, and this is the cytoskeleton system of the cell, that is called microfilaments. And students, we also discussed about the fimbriae earlier. What is the function of fimbriae? Fimbriae and this flagella, one or more flagella only present in flagellated type of bacteria or which are mobile in nature. So these both structures complementarily helps in the process of movement and locomotion. Thus students, now going to discuss about the types of eubacteria. So students, the eubacteria on the basis of mode of their nutrition are classified under 3 categories. What are that? The photosynthetic bacteria. It is very clear that what are the photosynthetic bacteria? The bacteria which can synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Such bacteria are called phototrophic bacteria or photosynthetic bacteria. Now students, cyanobacteria are best known photosynthetic bacteria because they contain more amount or abundant amount of chlorophyll as well as such other kind of pigments that provides the various color to these bacteria, and hence photosynthetic bacteria are commonly belongs to the members which are called algae. The cyanobacteria are well known by the name of blue-green algae. So they are unicellular, conical or filamentous, marine, freshwater as well as terrestrial. Most of the filamentous bacteria in water bodies becomes the cause of pollution due to algal bloom. They just generate or produces the eutrophication. That's why the oxygen demand, the biological oxygen demand inside a pool or a pond get decreases, and that leads to the death of many other species which are found in such polluted water. So the collection of the filamentous algae inside the water is called algal bloom. Now students, here we taken the example of the photosynthetic type of bacteria, then the nostoc, Anabaena are most common type of bacteria, and you can say that photosynthetic bacteria. Students, the Anabaena and nostoc forms a long chain of their colony. This is called heterocyst. What is, student? This is called heterocyst. When they bears a long chain, this is called heterocyst. Heterocyst is a very mature cell of the bacteria which can produces the ahead number of new individualized cells. Now students, the second one is the chemosynthetic bacteria. As the name clear that the term chemo means chemical and synthetic means the production or synthesis. So the chemosynthetic bacteria are the kind of bacteria which oxidizes the inorganic substances like nitrate, carbonate, phosphates and other such kind of inorganic salts to obtain their nutrition. They are also helpful in recycling the substances which are found in our nature. Here are the some example of the chemosynthetic bacteria. In short, you can say that chemosynthetic bacteria are the kind of eubacteria which can obtain their nutrition by the chemical substances and most mainly inorganic type of chemical substances. This is the difference between the chemosynthetic and heterotrophic. If we add here the term organic and inorganic, then there is confusion. There is confusion begins in your mind to differentiate the chemosynthetic and heterotrophic bacteria. So I here use the term inorganic substances. Okay, I hope you understand the chemosynthetic bacteria. Is that clear? Now the example of chemosynthetic bacteria, most are the important type of, you can say that chemosynthetic bacteria are iron aegypti, or commonly you can say iron bacteria, sulfomonas are sulfur bacteria, nitrosomonas are nitrobacteria. These are the example of chemosynthetic bacteria. Next to the chemosynthetic, the next one is the heterotrophic bacteria. As you very well know that hetero means other, trophic means nutrition. The kind of bacteria which obtain their nutrition from dead and decaying organic and inorganic matter, or you can say that only organic matter of the dead and decayed animals and plants body. Such bacteria are called heterotrophic bacteria or heterotrophic eubacteria. And students, due to this mode of nutrition, they are well known for their recycling process and also categorized under the decomposers. Yes students, they are also categorized under decomposers. They are helpful in recycling as well as conversion of organic substances that adds in our biological nature. So students, there are some example how they converts the organic substances into more or less useful substances. As for example, curdling of milk. All of you know that the presence of lactobacillus that after oxidation produces lactic acid, converts the milk or souring of the milk, that leads to the chemical process which is called curdling of milk or formation of curd. Likewise here students, the fixation of nitrogen in the leguminous plant in their roots due to presence of the bacteria in their root nodules that are called the rhizobium, most common type of bacteria that are helpful in the fixation of nitrogen. So here are the more number of examples, because it is the vast group of eubacteria, and there are lots of examples you can obtain. So the rhizobium, the streptomycin, streptobacillus, lactobacillus, lots of examples are present in our environment of heterotrophic of bacteria. So students, I hope you all of you understand this topic very well, and we will meet in our next lecture with a new kingdom. It means the kingdom Protista. So thanks for attending today's lecture.